You know tennis as a clean, elegant sport. Grass courts, white outfits, polite applause. But what if I told you it began with monks slapping balls against monastery walls with their bare hands? That it once caused riots in the streets, was banned by kings, and even influenced global politics. Today, tennis is a billion-dollar spectacle, but its journey is full of forgotten secrets, strange turns, and moments that shaped far more than just the sport. Why did Henry VIII obsess over tennis courts? Why did women risk social exile just to play? And how did this obscure European pastime become the sport of global icons like Serena Williams and Novak Djokovic? You've seen the trophies, you've heard the crowds, but you've never heard the whole story. This is the entire history of tennis, its strange, chaotic, and powerful evolution. And trust me, the next 8 minutes will change the way you look at the game. Forever. Before rackets, before nets, before Wimbledon, there were bare hands, monastery walls, and leather balls. The earliest form of tennis, known as jeu de paume or game of the palm, was played in 12th century France. Monks would slap a ball back and forth against courtyard walls. It wasn't just recreation, it was spiritual, symbolic, even sacred. As the game spread among nobility, it transformed. Gloves were added, then wooden paddles. By the 16th century, gut-strung rackets had entered the game, but the term tennis still came from the French word tenez, meaning take this, what players would shout before serving. By the late Middle Ages, tennis had become a royal obsession. Kings in England and France built elaborate indoor courts. Henry VIII had his own court at Hampton Court Palace and reportedly played furiously, often in moments of political tension. But tennis wasn't all royalty and elegance. The game was noisy, unruly, and often led to betting and disputes. In fact, so many people skipped church to play that it was banned multiple times by religious authorities. As centuries turned, tennis remained a sport of the elite. Courts were expensive, enclosed, and exclusive. But that exclusivity couldn't last forever. In 1789, something unexpected happened: the French Revolution. Tennis became a symbol of rebellion. When France's Third Estate was locked out of a meeting hall, they took an oath, the famous tennis court oath, in a royal tennis court, swearing to fight for a constitution. A game once reserved for nobles had become the backdrop of revolution. By the 1800s, a new game emerged from the British Empire: lawn tennis. Played outdoors on grass, this version was cheaper, more accessible, and perfectly suited to England's obsession with garden leisure. In 1873, Major Walter Clopton Wingfield patented the game, calling it spheristique, Greek for playing at ball. Thankfully, the name didn't stick. Lawn tennis took off, especially among the middle class. By 1877, Wimbledon hosted its first tournament. In 1877, the All England Croquet and Lawn Tennis Club held a small tennis event that would go on to become the most famous tournament in the world: Wimbledon. Back then, it was nothing like the global spectacle we know today. Only 22 amateur men signed up to play, and about 200 people bought tickets, each paying just 1 shilling to be part of history. The matches were played on grass courts with players dressed in strict all-white outfits. Everything about the event was quiet, polite, and proper, just like Victorian England itself. In the final match, Spencer Gore, a former cricket player, beat William Marshall in straight sets. That win made him the first Wimbledon champion. His prize? A silver cup and 12 guineas, worth around £1,500 today. It might not seem like much now, but it was the start of something massive. That first tournament laid the groundwork for a sport that would evolve in every way, from rackets to rules, from local crowds to global fans. Wimbledon became known for its traditions: white clothes, grass courts, polite clapping. But while it looked calm on the outside, the sport was already changing fast beneath the surface, ready to take on the world. In a time when women couldn't vote or even wear pants in public, tennis gave them a stage. In 1884, Wimbledon added a women's singles competition. At a time when women were expected to be quiet, passive, and domestic, tennis offered them something radically different: agency, movement, competition. But the backlash was swift and vicious. Traditionalists scoffed at the idea of women engaging in such a physically demanding sport, claiming they looked awkward, sweaty, even unladylike. Newspapers mocked them with biting headlines. Commentators called their movements graceless, their clothing immodest, their presence a disruption to the gentleman's game. It wasn't just criticism, it was cultural resistance. Yet women refused to be sidelined. They fought not just for points, but for respect, for space, for recognition. Suzanne Lenglen, a French tennis prodigy of the 1920s, shattered every stereotype hurled her way. With her bold fashion, flowing skirts above the knee, sleeveless blouses, and a signature bandeau, she lit up the court with elegance and defiance. Her game was fast, fluid, emotional, something critics couldn't ignore. She wasn't just a tennis player. She was a statement, a revolution in motion. And with every swing of her racket, she declared that women belonged, not just in tennis, but at the center of cultural attention. Both world wars put a stop to international tennis tournaments, but the sport always bounced back, stronger than before. By the 1930s, stars like Don Budge and Fred Perry were traveling the world to compete, helping turn tennis into a truly global game. After World War II, tennis exploded in America. Courts were built in the growing suburbs. Tennis stars appeared in magazines, becoming household names, and with the rise of television, the sport reached millions of new fans, right in their living rooms. For decades, tennis was divided: amateurs who played for glory and professionals who played for money. That changed in 1968 with the start of the Open era, when both groups could compete together. Prize money skyrocketed, the sport professionalized, rivalries intensified. Enter the legends: Bjorn Borg versus John McEnroe, Martina Navratilova versus Chris Evert, Pete Sampras, Steffi Graf, Andre Agassi, Serena Williams, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic. These weren't just athletes, they were characters in an unfolding global drama. With every Grand Slam, tennis became more than sport. It became narrative, conflict, legacy. Tennis also evolved technologically. Wooden rackets gave way to graphite. Line judges were replaced by Hawkeye. Serves grew faster, rallies became longer, and analytics reshaped how players trained, moved, and strategized. Yet the core of the game, its strange scoring system, love 40, deuce advantage, remained stubbornly the same. Why? Because tradition holds power. Tennis has never been apolitical. From Billie Jean King's Battle of the Sexes match in 1973, which challenged gender inequality, to Arthur Ashe's fight against apartheid, tennis stars have stood at the crossroads of sport and society. Even today, athletes like Naomi Osaka use their platform to speak on mental health, racism, and injustice. From private courts in Dubai to clay courts in Argentina, from Tokyo to Cape Town, tennis is everywhere. It's taught in schools, played in slums, and followed by billions. But what truly makes tennis global isn't geography, it's emotion. The solitary nature of the game means every match is psychological warfare, a test of will, endurance, and self-belief. Today, tennis faces questions. Should it shorten matches to keep Gen Z engaged? Will AI replace umpires entirely? Can the game stay relevant in a world addicted to speed and spectacle? One thing's for sure, tennis will adapt. It always has. From the echoing walls of medieval monasteries to the roar of modern stadiums, tennis has survived revolution, war, sexism, and modernization. It has turned players into legends and games into history. And as long as there are two people, a ball, and the will to compete, tennis will never stop evolving. If you made it this far, you're not just a tennis fan. You're a student of the game's soul. If you want to know basketball history, then watch this video.